All right, so this is a Tupolev Tu-154, obviously, 3-engine. But something is really odd. What is that thing on the vertical stable? Is that a cockpit? Everybody asks, is that a cockpit? Is that a cockpit with someone ejecting outside of the cockpit on an airliner? What the hell is even going on here? Everybody, yes, in today's video, let's talk about one of the most interesting cockpit placings that were ever done and discover why they did this. Everybody, yes. These pictures are from the country of Iran, and I'm not, talking about politics today. They actually do have quite a history of aviation making. For example, they have the Iran Aircraft Manufacturing Industrial Company. And they've actually designed and built some aircraft, such as the Hesa Sumurk, an Iranian-built light transport aircraft in 2022. And while they love the Northrop F5 because they developed a reverse-engineered version of it, which is quite interesting, based on the F5 Tiger. They made multiple aircraft. I don't really understand that, but that's fine. Everybody talking about the F5. What you're seeing here is the cockpit of an F5 literally strapped to a Tupolev Tu-154. Why did they do that? Well, this Iran Aircraft Manufacturing Industrial Company had big plans around 10 years ago to build an own ejection seat for fighter aircraft. Develop an own system that they could use on their aircraft. And this is actually the short story. It is true that I actually strapped this thing onto Tupolev tail to test an ejection seat. And everybody, of course, I wouldn't be Swiss 01 if I wasn't here to test this kind of project. What would it be like to fly on this thing? Of course, I've done some X-plane modifications, practically disassembled an F5, as well as the fuselage of the Tupolev Tu-154. There's this slight pointy thing here up top of the vertical stabilizer, which I was able to remove and practically replace by the pointy thing of the F5, which is the cockpit. And this is pretty much all I had to do. Oh, and one more thing. Change the views. Of course, I wanted to make this special, everybody, and you can see I've got some sort of Bulgarian Airlines livery here and our F5 beautifully added. This actually worked it worked better than I thought. And of course, if we press W to go into cockpit view, we are inside of our cockpit. And yes, here you can see this is actually working, and we can sit inside of the thing, and we can even, yes, eject. Simple press of the button. There you go. We've just ejected from our aircraft. That's what that looks like. Sadly, we have no animation of the seat. So, buddy, I cannot wait to fly this. This is the normal cockpit. I guess the airplane's alive. Is it working? It's a Soviet airplane. I have no idea how to use it. Oh, there you go. That's power. That's good. Yeah, this is the normal cockpit. We won't be needing this. We just want to go here. Everybody, yes. Obviously, we don't have an instrument panel officially, but here is an app called Ejection from X-Plane, which gives us the primary flight display as well as a map, which I probably won't need anyway. That's fine. Let's go ahead and try to taxi from up here. This is definitely the tallest cockpit you will have ever seen, and it is absolutely genius. Yes, we can fulfill the whole flight, and this is working. I mean, we can see stuff. We can see outside. This is just relatively tall. We've got a relatively long nose as well. Can we fly this plane here? All right, and so welcome to the runway here. Let's take off here from this runway 06 right. I wanted to emphasize again that they did actually put a real man up there who'd be sitting like we are right now. Very tall, very high. I think the most interesting part about that is that, well, they had to get one man up there with a long ladder, sadly, I couldn't find any pictures of them actually loading and piloting into the cockpit here, but I think this might be from a museum. There are hardly any pictures online, but this might just be the ladder. I'm not quite sure about this. Let's take off here. Full power. All right, here we go. 40 knots already. This is now where the... Oh, come on now. You're a strong airliner flown from the cockpit. Stupid concept. Obviously, they didn't do that really loud. I just wanted to clarify. Of course, they had pilots flying the plane because that's absolutely stupid. Come on. I guess with fly-by-wire controls, you could maybe set up an Xbox controller there and fly the airplane this way. Oh, God, we're about to overrun. Why are we not taking off? Please take off now. All right, this is not a very powerful airliner. What is wrong? Help me. All right, after about a century of fighting with this airplane, we are now taking off at 230 knots. That's absolutely fine, everybody. Take a look at how the landing gear comes up into the wings. I think that is the most interesting part about the Tupolev. That is just insane. There we go, everybody. We are perfectly flying our Tupolev indeed, and we perhaps can come in for a landing. The airport is right here. The good thing about having a cockpit like this is actually the visibility. This is amazing. Obviously, this is a fighter jet that's made for combat. So it makes kind of a lot of sense for this thing to have really good outside visibility. Maybe try to land this guy, right? The thing is, we don't have any GPWS callouts. Doesn't really matter because they would all be in Russian anyway. All right, landing gear down again. Beautiful. Perhaps let's turn the Tupolev into a possible butter machine at least. Come on, let's do it. I have no idea how to fly this. Oh, we're way too fast. I've just realized. Let's just land without flap. Yeah, that's the problem with having a crappy cockpit like this. You don't have a lot of information. Come on, let's land her smoothly. I guess it's better to land flat anyway, because we can nicely see the runway at a different angle. I think this would have been. We've done it. It's time to stop now. Full power into the stopping. Beautiful. And we can perhaps hear that, but we can also see the power down there. Oh, all right. That hasn't worked. I think we've done a landing. This has been our first flight. I'm very proud of that. Not bad at all. All right, another test, another approach, another day, and everything is absolutely fine. Let's take a look right here. Come on. We've got Samaden Airport down here in the Alpine Mountain. Yeah, absolutely. Everything's. Oh, that's birds. That's birds. All right, it's time to eject, you guys. Goodbye, airplane. Time to eject. Headed directly for the town before we eject. Like that. Beautiful, and we've done it now. This is exactly what this thing was tested for. This must have been scary to be like some sort of test pilot and to be ejecting from this aircraft. There you go. That's just happened. And we can nicely land with our parachute. Rest in peace, aircraft. And 3, 2, 1. Like that. I'm happy about this. There you go. It works. This is considering that we were the only people flying the airplane. It would be a very, very badass ending for a flight, especially if you've got passengers on board. One thing I have kind of realized, though, is that the Tupolev Tu-154 doesn't have the greatest of performance. Come on, 3 engines. All have to go full power, not much more. Yes, all running at full power indeed. Come on. I'm having some trouble with our left engine right here. It doesn't appear to run very well, which doesn't really help with short runways like this. Luckily, though, if we do fail to take off, we can just eject. This is fine. I do actually hate this cockpit view. Actually, it's really bad. But take a look. We are flying a Tupolev Tu-154 from the tail, and I think that is just incredible. Come on, take off for me. You're at 70. This is not enough. I think what would have happened, just hypothetically, there you go, just ejecting right here. What would have happened if there was an actual accident on board and the Tupolev crashed, which is a common theme as well? Like, what would have happened if there was an emergency on board? Would the test pilot just have ejected as well? Wouldn't that have been selfish? Should he have died with the other crew? Gone down with the stupid video? Come on, let's maybe try to land it here from the cockpit view again, which is, you know what, that worked well. Take a look at this beautiful gear animation. We can put the flaps down all the way, and it goes down quite a way.
Now, dear passengers, this is from the flight deck. I have very good visibility, but I'm quite scared that I'm gonna just fall off of the tail. I mean, that could happen, but I could just eject out. But you guys would die. Oh, guys, I might have to eject. I might have to. Or might not. I might. Oh, this airplane flies horribly. Or I fly horribly. That's been a bit of a hard landing. Stop, you absolutely stupid airplane. Full power into the stopping. Please do it. Yes. Come on, brake. Oh, these brakes really suck on the last few meters. Please. Alright.
Already a very weird project at all, which perhaps wasn't really successful. We never actually saw ejection seats made by Iran. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow as always. Good night. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters, Guns Killer, R27, James Duram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijitsu Finer, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.